Hi, everyone. Welcome to the October book club for the Cozy Escape Book Club. Even though it is technically November, Courtney had some weather issues last week, and unfortunately, she had some family stuff tonight, so she can't make it. But I'm here. And I kind of have some thoughts. I don't know, hopefully you guys are here too. And we can chat about this book because I know that some of you read it, or possibly all of you read it. Who's here? Hey, Courtney. Hey, Julie. Hi, Ryan. Hi, Courtney. I thought it is going to be on Courtney, so I was worried I was going to miss it. Yeah, it was totally going to be on Courtney's channel. So yeah, that happened. So it was just a last minute thing. I just posted into, I didn't even tell them that the channel was changing. I just posted to the Facebook group that there's this link. I really like StreamYard. It does all of the work for you. I used to use, well, you guys know, we used to use Crowdcast. It's just inferior to StreamYard. All right, Jacoby Riggins. Hello, everyone. And Renee, hey, so let me know in the comments, what did you guys think of this month's book? I was going to hold it up, but I don't have one. It was A Study in Murder, and it was our historical cozy, which we know not everybody is a fan of historical cozies, which is totally fine, myself included. Although I will say, did you guys see Enola Holmes on Netflix? I totally, after I saw that, I was like, all I want to read is historical cozies. These are going to be so good if they can all be like Enola Holmes. And obviously, the whole Sherlock Holmes thing was very appealing. And plus, what is his name? That guy who plays Superman, who's super hot, that also helped the film as well. So it had two really good things going for it. Lisa, it's my other namesake. Hi, everyone. Ryan, I loved it. Cool. And Lisa, I surprisingly enjoyed it very much. Yeah, right? It's always a surprise when historicals are enjoyable. I was surprised. I liked it. Cool. Likes all around. And I will try to do a probably bad job of summarizing it, because when we were talking about it, I was like, you'll totally summarize, Courtney. And she's like, no problem. So I didn't really take that very good of notes. And because it was a while ago, I kind of forgot. Renee, I listened to the audiobook. I loved how they handled the ex-fiance part. Yes. What's her name? Courtney also listened to it on the audiobook as well. I don't know why. I find it difficult to listen to fiction on audiobooks. I prefer listening to them, to nonfiction on audiobooks, but I don't like podcasts. I know, very confusing. But I should definitely try it again. I know this is hilarious. So Ben and I got this Audible membership because we're going to listen to all these books and be so efficient, while we're, I don't know, we live in the suburbs. So it's not like you are commuting anywhere because we both work from home. And, each month comes and goes and it'll be like, you have 4 credits. And then it'll be like, you have 5 Audible credits and you have 10 Audible credits. So now I think we're up to something crazy like 17 Audible credits that we have not used. I finally just canceled the Audible membership to save money that we clearly aren't even using. Ashley, it was my first historical cozy. Yeah, happens to a lot of people. First historical cozy. Okay, so I will try to summarize the book very quickly. And if you read it and you were really into it, you're probably going to laugh. But so it was written in third person. It is Persephone. It took me a while to figure this out. I don't know why. I think because on the thumbnail on my Kindle, the picture is so small. I thought Persephone was a cat halfway through. And finally Courtney's like, no, it's a dog. It's a Pomeranian that she washes herself, and it seemed like she said the dog was high maintenance, but it didn't really seem high maintenance. It seemed more like she was really attached to the dog more than the dog was really attached to her. So the only thing that was kind of weird, so in the beginning she breaks up with her fiance, and it kind of has that same feeling of, well, let me take a step back. So this is supposed to be Victorian, right? So women still don't have the right to vote yet, and they're trying to establish themselves with rights and independence. And so just like in Enola Holmes, she was trying to do that. I felt like, though, it did kind of make me cringe when she was dumping her fiance. I guess I shouldn't really talk about that. I should just tell you what happened. So she dumps her fiance. just says she has a change of heart. She doesn't want to be married at all. It's not even him. And then, so her name, so you know, is Amy Winchester. There's a detective Marson and a detective Carson, I believe. And the victim is Ronald St. Vincent, which is her fiance, who comes back to the house to call upon her. The maid or whoever answers the door tells her that there's a visitor here and it's him, and he's down in the study, I believe, or it's a room that leads out to the garden. And when she goes down to go greet him, because she's like, why is he here? I already dumped him. He has a knife in him. So he's clearly dead. And then her best friend, who is also the love interest, William, is there, and someone sends out for the police, and then the detectives come, they tell the story to the detectives, and then her father comes with a barrister, which is fancy old time speak for a lawyer, and he is there again with a police interview to say, you know, you can't say anything or interview her without me. And then her father, it seems like, so they're out in the countryside and her father is in the city, and it doesn't seem like he comes out a lot. She lives with her aunt, and when he does, it seems like he, I guess, disapproves and kind of really wants to see her married, and considers the aunt, which is his sister, a failure because he failed to get the aunt married. So it's in Bath. That's what it's called, Bath. I'm not really good with geography locally, especially internationally, but I'm guessing it's kind of close to London. Sounds like you can just take I want to say a train. Were trains invented? Yeah, I think there were trains back then, right? You could take a train, you could take a horse. So they find out that the gardener is a convicted murderer. And so her and William go and break into his apartment, and they find opium. And I guess the fiance was an opium dealer. And so when she discovers that, that's also a reason that she no longer wants to marry him. She dresses in trousers. So I don't know why. This seemed to be like a big part of the book so they could break in. And then we find out, so just so you know, the killer is Mrs. Miles. And Mrs. Miles is the killer because what happened was her fiance would give the drugs to Robert, which is Robert Miles, the son, and so the son of the killer, and then he would go out and sell the drugs, right? I'm not really sure how drug businesses work, but it sounds like he was the guy on the street peddling the drugs. And then because of that, Mrs. Miles killed him because she was annoyed that he was a drug dealer. So that was probably a terrible summary, but that's the gist of the book. So I will check in on comments and see what else you guys liked. Renee, I got the audiobook from my local library, 35 or so checkouts a month. Oh, that's a good idea. You know, my local, I don't even have I shouldn't say that. I am still a member of the New York Public Library, which is by far the best for ebooks and audiobooks. And I didn't even think to look there. I don't know why. I guess because it was from a small press, I just assumed it wouldn't be at the New York Public Library, but very smart and ingenious of you, Renee. Ryan, I like historical cozies. Cool. Lisa, I did the same thing. I had Audible and canceled because I wasn't using the credits. Yeah, the month goes by so fast. And you're like, how is it possible I didn't even have time to passively listen to an audiobook? Didn't even have to actively read it. Ashley, the ex-fiance reminder made me roll my eyes after a while. Yeah, ex-fiance. Yeah, that's right. So in the book, she kept saying, oh, it's my ex-fiance, not my fiance. Even though the breakup was so sudden, there was no time to really tell anybody about the breakup, right? Courtney, for sure, it was we get it. They weren't together. Renee, it works a lot better on audio. At least I thought so. It was almost sitcom-y. Oh yeah, maybe I would have enjoyed it more if I had listened to it on audio. I like the aunt too. She didn't want Amy investigating, but offered any information she found out. I will look at the audiobook and see if it's better. All right, so I don't know, was anybody else just mortified? She was kind of mean. I don't know. I didn't hate her, but I didn't love her because I don't know anything about opium, but I feel like everyone was doing opium, right? I don't know, it was prescribed by doctors back then, but I guess it was a big deal. Am I wrong? I love Persephone. I did like the protagonist. I thought she was intelligent, feisty, and independent for that time period. Yeah, I do like an independent protagonist, so that's good. I did feel like sometimes there was head hopping. Was it just me? Like sometimes it would be in what's her name, Amy's POV, and then sometimes it would be in Williams or somebody else's. So I did find that a little like jarring sometimes. Um, Ryan, I like that I liked Amy as she was very progressive. Yeah. I mean, it seems like the going theme for historical cozies is that she has to be someone who is like, up and coming and trying to move beyond the times and wants women's suffrage. So I looked it up too. So the right to vote. So this book is 1890. And in England, the women got the right to vote in 1918 and 1919 in the US. In case you forgot, I definitely had to look those numbers up. Renee, I felt like I was getting Miss Fisher vibes from Lady Amy, but Victorian era. I don't know who Miss Fisher is. Should I know who that is? I am not hip and cool enough to know who you're talking about. So the titles too. I told, so my friend is writing a historical cozy and I was like, what would be really good is if you would put the titles in here. Because sometimes they had titles that I just didn't get, like Ronald St. Vincent was really Viscount Trumbley's third son, but what is a Viscount? Like, where is that in the hierarchy? And then Viscount Wethington was also William. And then her brother had some big title as well, the Earl of Davenport. So I don't really know. Like, as soon as I hear that, I'm always like, who's more important? Who's richer? Who has more privileges? I'm not really sure. So let me know. It was hard. I felt like it was really hard to figure out who the murderer was. Like, I for sure did not think it was Mrs. Miles, like at all. Like when she had that whole scene and she like saw Mrs. Miles and all of a sudden Mrs. Miles pulled a gun on her. So I didn't see that coming. I don't know if anyone else did. Miss Fisher was a book series turned Aussie show set in 1920s. A really cute, cozy show. Oh yeah, never saw that. Courtney, titles are confusing. Yeah, it's always funny to me when I see the current royal family, right? And they're like, she will become a duchess and she will become the new princess. Like, will she? I don't really like who's making these rules up. It's also like funny to me that they still have royalty in Britain. Lisa, I figured it out. Oh, yeah, I could figure it out. Maybe because I was not as into the story as everybody else was. But I mean, I didn't hate it. And then, in fact, I know this is a dumb question. Investigator Holstein, was he killed? I thought he was killed, or was he not killed, right? He was poisoned. He was the one that was a friend to Lord Carlisle, who was supposed to be the future French ambassador. But I couldn't, like, was he dead or was he just poisoned and then he was okay? Does anybody know? How did I miss that? Actually, Mrs. Miles threw me for a loop too. Courtney, fetters. I figured it out a little bit before the end. Lisa, no, he wasn't killed. All right, my bad. I thought he was killed from the poison. Oh my God, Courtney. Hey, everyone, I'm sorry I couldn't make it tonight. No worries. Hey, that's a really cute headshot. Is that new? Maybe I just never see your headshot. Maybe it's always there. Lysandra, I couldn't get into it either. Thank you. I feel always bad when I didn't hate it. Like there are certain books where I'm just like, this is terrible. But I just couldn't I don't know. I need to have the protagonist be super awesome and amazing so that I can root for her and feel like we're kindred spirits. And I just didn't feel that. I don't know. Which is odd because I'm a history major from college. You'd think I'd be totally into historical cozies. Renee, if I recall, the investigator just got a nasty case of bad foods. He was fine after a while. Yeah, it's funny. I texted Courtney. I was like, he's dead. She's like, he's dead. I'm not there yet. I was like, oh, Just kidding. I totally thought he was dead. Jacoby Riggins, or maybe I just thought the book would be better if investigator Holstein was dead. I was thinking of Mrs. Miles, but wasn't sure. I guess I was so confused by that French ambassador thing. So I thought it was going to be Mrs. Carlisle. Courtney thinks it was my teacher of the year headshot. Haha. I'm on my personal YouTube account with my name. Oh, that's why. I was like, who is this person with this glamour shot? All right. I love the book. Yeah. Courtney loved the book. Lisa, I actually pre-ordered the next one. I loved Amy. Wow. That's pretty strong for Lisa to pre-order the next one. What else do we have? What else do we want to talk about in this book? Did anybody, okay, I feel like the romance, can we just talk about the romance for a minute, between Amy and William was so obvious. It was like when they kissed at the end, I was like, of course they're going to kiss. And now this person, this is the first mystery she's ever written. She's a historical romance writer. So maybe that's why I just felt like the romance was super strong versus sometimes it's a little subtle or sometimes it's just kind of some flirting. But even for back then, like, I don't even know how they were around each other so much without a chaperone. I could be wrong. I thought everyone had to have a chaperone back then. Like, you had to be, like, your brother had to be there, your aunt had to be there. Someone couldn't just come over and hang out, and you guys couldn't run around breaking into places together. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 1890 Victorian England was way more fun than I pictured it. Lisa, I loved Amy and William. They were so cute. They were cute. I mean, but I totally saw that romance coming a mile away. Courtney, trying to put Alex to bed now, but I wanted to stop by. Thank you, Lisa, for doing it solo. Of course. You're the absolute best. I love the relationship. Haha. I'll be getting the next book too, Lisa. Yeah, it's hard. It's funny. Usually Courtney and I agree on everything. Okay, maybe not everything, but usually books. Who else? Did anybody else pre-order the second book already? I don't even know when it comes out. Speaking of books, Courtney, let's do the book giveaway before I forget. So the book is what is it? On Borrowed Crime by Kate Young. So this is a library cozy, I believe, a book cozy. I'm going to pretend to say what it is. It's just a cozy about books because it has books on the cover, I think. A Jane Doe book club mystery. And it's contemporary. No magical elements that I know of. And it will be a physical paperback. The publisher was nice enough to offer to give it out to one of you. I don't even know how to pick it because we don't have the numbers like we did before. So, Courtney, if you're still there, give us a number between, I don't even know, 1 and 20. How about that? I don't even know if we have 20 comments. Courtney, it keeps our book club spicy if we don't agree on everything. I still love you. I love you too. Ashley. Oh, Lisa Ashby. April. Yeah. Wow. That's a far ways off. Okay. So we'll wait for Courtney to give us a number. 5. Okay, so 5. Let's count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jacoby Riggins. So you should say hi right away. You, if you still want it, have won On Borrowed Crime by Kate Young. So if you're still here, Jacoby, are you still here? She might have left. Send me your mailing address to my Lisa at prettyfabulousdesigns.com. My post go up. Maybe my post only, there it is. Is she here? We'll see. If she's not here, I will let you know and I'll just email the group and see who wants it. Lysandra, congratulations. All right. So the book for next month, Lisa Ashby, congratulations. Oh, you're here. Awesome. Thanks so much. Renee, congrats. Congrats. All right. So the book for next month, I think you guys saw, was The 12 Sleighs of Christmas. So there were 2 books. One was about Thanksgiving. One was about Christmas. You guys picked The 12 Sleighs of Christmas. That book is, let's see, it's only $1.99 for the Kindle. Or if you're like me and Lisa Ashby, you can use one of your gazillion audiobook credits because it's available as an audiobook too. You know what? I'm going to try reading it as an audiobook. So yeah. Oh, Lisa, I've read that one. All right then. It's also available in hardcover. I don't know why you'd ever buy hardcover. It's $26.99. It's available in paperback. And this is funny, it is available in an audio CD, which I don't even have a CD player. I don't know if anybody else does. Oh wait, no, I take that back. I think there is a CD player in my car because my car is from 2015. I think they still made CD players back then. Renee, or if you're like me, Hoopla app for audiobook. Oh, what's Hoopla? Is that free? Is that free? Is that something we should all be doing? The Hoopla app? I'm going to look it up right now. Streaming audiobooks. Instantly borrow digital movies, books, and more with your, oh, you need a library card. So I actually don't even know. I think my library card when I get ebooks is on the cloud library. I'm not even sure. But this time I will test it out and I will see if this book is free from the New York Public Library before I go out and run out and buy it. Ryan, congrats. Renee, Hoopla is free and attaches to your library card. Yeah. If your library happens to have that audiobook in stock. So that's it, guys. Anybody else have anything they wanted to chat about or say? It is 5:26 here in California, and it is super dark out, which I'm totally happy with because I love that it's bright and early. The sun comes out early in the morning because I go to the gym every day at 6. And that helps me to like get out of bed. Otherwise, if I didn't work out in the mornings, I would probably never work out. It just wouldn't happen. So we will chat at the end of November. Did we say November 25th? I don't think we said, but it'll be November 18th because the 25th is the Wednesday right before Thanksgiving. So we'll do that thing again where we kind of switch things up. So it'll be November 18th, same time, just a week earlier because of the holidays. Although I suspect less people will be traveling this year than last because of everything going on. And then for December, I guess we'll do the same thing. It'll be December 16th instead of December 23rd because that's right before Christmas Eve. And it won't be the 30th because that's right before the New Year. So probably the 16th. But I will confirm with Courtney if it's going to be the 16th or if it'll be earlier on the 9th. So, and then once January starts, we just go back to normal because there are really no end of month holidays. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks so much for showing up. I know it's harder when there's just one person, so there's not as much back and forth. And I'm super glad you were all here. I hope everyone has a fabulous night. And I will talk to you guys in, I guess, just 2 weeks. All right. Bye.